Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today I want to discuss bedding. So I know in most of my videos I show a cardboard-based bedding with maybe some paper mixed in because I do shred my bills and everything like that. But typically I do use cardboard, but I have tried some other bedding in my other bins. So I have some videos on them, but I just wanted to go over some of the pros and cons of these beddings that I've tried and maybe discuss a few others that you didn't think about. So let's get into it and start talking about bedding materials. And remember, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you hopefully with an answer if I have one. So let's go. All right, so the first bedding I want to talk about is cardboard. Now, cardboard comes in two varieties. You have corrugated cardboard, which has like it's two pieces of paper with the individual little pieces in between to kind of spread them apart. That's called actually corrugated cardboard, or corrugated in the industry from what I understand. So that is what I typically use in my bins. Now there is another type that is just regular cardboard. That's what you would find on your cereal boxes and things like that. And I'm not a big fan of that. I have used it in the past, but it has typically a waxy coating on it. It takes a long time to break down. It tends to clump up a little bit. So I typically use corrugated cardboard. Now, the reason why I use corrugated cardboard primarily is it's free. Free is a huge deal. I don't really want to spend a whole lot of money on my bins. This is really to get rid of waste, not buy things and have more waste. So this is why I use a lot of cardboard or corrugated cardboard in my bins. The other reason is it is not sticky. So it doesn't bulk together into a pile when I do it. So if you watch, when you get it wet, it might kind of stick a little bit to the sides, but it doesn't stick together. It kind of keeps its form and lets air through, and that way air can get into the recesses of your bin, and it will keep those places from having issues with, say, no air getting in at anaerobic conditions and horrible smells. So that's why I typically use cardboard. It does work really well for that. Now, it can stick to some stuff, like it will stick to the sides of your bin, it'll stick to your gloves and your fingers sometimes, and that's kind of annoying, but it's, you can deal with it. It's not as big a deal as some of the other ones. But so this is one of the beddings that I really use a lot, which is cardboard. The other one that I want to talk about is paper. I'm not a fan of using paper. I do mix it in because I don't send my paper to the dump, and I don't always recycle it because they say some of it's not recyclable. And when I talk about paper, I'm not really just talking about paper. I also mean newspaper. Newspaper does work. I have used it in the past. It does tend to get clumpy, very sticky. It is free typically, unless if you're paying for a subscription, it's not getting newspaper. But you can find newspapers that typically workplaces have them. There's a whole bunch of places that have newspapers for free that you can typically grab, and they're good, but at the same time, you are then encouraging those newspapers to print more, so that's really not great. The paper kind of clumps together into a sticky mess. That's not great. You can get those anaerobic conditions in your bin because of the fact that they stick together. You can get areas where there's just not a lot of air movement because it'll kind of compress and stick together. So paper is fine to mix, but I don't think it should be used by itself. I used to use it. It's very easy to rip apart. You don't have to put it through a shredder. I find cardboard is a lot easier to run through a shredder. But overall, it's okay, but it's not my favorite. Here's one that a lot of people use, and that is Coco Coir. Now, this is coconut husk, and this is 100% renewable. It's coconut husk. Obviously, these are the waste sections of the coconut that you don't eat, so you're not taking away from food production, which is good. It's also something that people are growing for food, and it's just the waste product of it. So it's really actually a good product to use. The problem is it costs money, and it can kind of get expensive. You have the issues with the fact that it's compressed down, but then you add a lot of water to it. It expands a lot, but you're spending between $7 and $20 for essentially a bin or to 3 bins maybe worth of material. And that can kind of add up over time if you're going through it a lot. The other issue I've heard of, and I have not personally had it, and the brand that I use I've heard has low salts, but some of them have high salt content, and it is a problem. Because a lot of salts are really bad for your worms because it's going to burn them. It's going to really make them hurt. It's going to dry them out. And in the end, it'll kill them.
So you really have to watch out for that, especially some of the cheaper ones on Amazon. You don't know what that salt content's going to be. I purchased the ones that I'm showing you at Walmart, and it has worked out pretty well from Walmart, I have to say. I haven't had any issues. It's really worked well, and it does wick moisture well too. It really does. It doesn't stick together. It's not clumpy at all. It can get a little compressed in the bottom. It's not as quite as good at cardboard at like springing back into shape. But in the end, it does work very well. I just wouldn't go as deep with it. I'd only keep, maybe 6 to 8 inches max. More than that, you're going to really have a lot of issues, or you need a lot of drainage and open holes in the bottom to make sure you get that airflow. So overall, it works well, but it does cost money. And now, this is probably one of my favorite things, I think. I didn't think it would work. I didn't think it would be a great thing to use, and that is sawdust or wood pellets. So these hardwood pellets that I bought for, basically burning in a fireplace, they are supposed to be 100% wood, compressed together, so no glues or anything like that. And you get them wet and they just flake apart into sawdust. And you can also, there's people that also buy sawdust or have a deal with a place that has a lot of sawdust, like if you're near a lumber mill and you get it for free, that's great. It's a waste material. It'd probably be going to the dump, but instead you're using it. Those work really well. And it just, I was amazed at how well it wicked moisture up to the surface to then dry out. I didn't have any moisture issues in the bottom. I never had any pooling water. I never had any anaerobic conditions. It worked really well. And I'd filled up the bin pretty high, like all the way up to almost the top. I want to say I had 10 inches in there of these wood pellets, and they just worked really well. And especially as you add them, they slowly break apart. And they're really easy to sort because unlike cardboard, which turns kind of into like a muddy mess, this never became muddy because it keeps wicking that moisture away. It just worked really well. So this is a really good option. It's also cheaper than Coco Coir. You're spending like $7 for this massive 40-pound bag that you can do multiple bins with easily. And you can even find it cheaper. It looks like they have pine bedding for horses at Harbor Freight, and it's only like $5 a bag for 40 pounds. This would easily do probably 5 to 10 bins. So you're talking maybe $1 a bin or less. That's not a bad price, really, to have something that's maybe a little bit easier to sort, and also doesn't require you searching around to find cardboard. And also, cardboard is readily recyclable, whereas these wood pellets is sort of a waste product they found a use for. So you're kind of, getting this product that would otherwise be thrown away to be used. And I view that as a good thing as well. So overall, I really have to say my favorite are these wood pellets or sawdust. My second favorite is cardboard, followed by Coco Coir, and my last is paper. Now, with that, I do want to add something that I know people talk about, and that is leaves. There are people that have used leaves from their yard in their bins, and I don't want to say that's bad. It's not a bad thing to do that. I don't do it because I'm using it in my house. When you go outside and you start grabbing a lot of stuff from outside, you start bringing in bugs and unwanted pests possibly. And the last thing I want to do is bring them into my house and have them spread to all my bins and then also be in my basement where maybe I have trouble getting rid of them. So, I do throw in leaves like, the ones from my house, but ones from outside I don't bring in and throw in the bin. Now, if I had an outdoor bin, I could throw leaves in, and they would be good. They don't really absorb a lot of moisture, but at the same time, they really can kind of remain crumbly, and they will kind of hopefully hold that aeration a little bit. I know that leaves can compress, but they typically will shed water and actually really kind of maybe help keep your bin a little bit airy. So those are the ones that I have used or have tried. There are a couple others. Another one is peat. I don't like using peat because everything I've heard is that this is not renewable. It's from bogs, and basically it takes thousands of years for it to renew itself. So really that's not a viable solution for me at all. And while some people might use it, I don't recommend it. If I am wrong on that, please let me know and provide evidence that this is a renewable resource, because as far as I've heard, it is not. The other thing is manure, and this is very particular. This is cold manure, not warm manure. So you don't want to start getting into a habit of, just like taking stuff that just came out of a horse and throwing it in your bin. It's gonna overheat and kill everything. So you have to have it pre-composted. So that takes time. So I wouldn't recommend that as well unless you're doing this outside and you have a readily available supply of pre-composted manure. So just some ideas. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think. And I'll also link to some of the videos that I have on these different bedding materials that I've tried. So if you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments, and thank you and subscribe.